happy that today is supposed to be a nice, warm, sunny day. Not that it really matters, like the temperature, because I'm gonna be inside most of the day, but I'm happy that it's gonna be sunny because that just always gives me energy and puts me in a good mood and makes me actually want to be productive. I hope you all had a good weekend and that your week is getting off to a good start so far. I thought this week I would take you to the salon and show a little bit more hair stuff because I feel like it's been a while. It's the usual story. I'm going to Pilates first and then I'm going into work. I have 2 clients, but they're like bigger, longer appointments. The first one is a returning client who's just getting her gray blending highlights touched up. And then the second one is new, but she came in a couple weeks ago for a consultation and she's working on growing out her gray. I will show you that when we get there. So here was my new client I was telling you wants to start growing out her gray. So she used to cover her hair with black permanent color about a year or so ago. So you can sort of see that harsh line of demarcation where there's the opaque dark permanent color. And then she started using a demi-permanent to cover her grays. So you can see she has her natural roots, the demi in the middle, and then the harsh permanent on the ends. So I use the Malibu CPR treatment to try to remove as much of that artificial color as possible. So after doing a rough cut and a rough blow dry, this is what her hair looked like after that CPR treatment. So you can see wherever she used the demi-permanent, it's a lot lighter. And then the ends where the permanent color was faded quite a bit. It's definitely lighter than it was, but I wanted to just try to get her canvas as clean as possible so then that way I could go back through and do my own thing, and this way we could kind of eliminate the banding and get everything to be as soft as possible. So I added in a few little baby lowlights with a dark charcoal gray color, and then everywhere else in between I just toned to a charcoal. So you can see no more harsh black, it's a lot softer. This way it breaks up the root area so that when her grays grow in, it won't be as harsh. There won't be any like obvious lines of demarcation. It'll all be nice and soft, but this way she can like ease into going full gray without having to deal with a bunch of uneven banding and harsh lines of demarcation in the meantime. Good morning. Oh my god, that is annoying. Happy Wednesday. Had to think about that for a second. My weeks have been all over the place, and if you saw my last vlog, I was talking about how I'm taking a little bit of time off from the salon come the end of May, early June, because I have a wedding and my friend's birthday and then my birthday all in the same week. Just, you know, fun stuff, kind of like the kickoff of summer, and I've been working extra and sort of outside of my normal hours these past few weeks, just trying to, you know, make as much money as I can so that it offsets the time I'm going to take off. So I keep getting really confused about what day of the week it is because, you know, my routine has been thrown off. But it is a beautiful, sunny, 80-degree day. I don't have my first client until 2 o'clock today, and I kind of wish I would have like thought about that and planned accordingly because it's already almost noon now, and I'm like, oh, well, now I don't have a whole lot of time. I was answering client texts and emails, and then honestly just doing a lot of like doom scrolling and watching YouTube videos, and I feel like I should have like went to the beach or at the very least sat outside, and I could have done all of those things outside, getting a little bit of a tan and like vitamin D, but I didn't. I was just sitting on the couch, totally wasting away my time and the nice weather. Stupid. But I feel good. Like I just got out of the shower, put on a cute little bodysuit and my loose baggy jeans, and I really wish that it was the weekend and that I was going out and doing something fun, but it's fine. I feel like you're really close. But yeah, it's fine. We have fun times coming soon enough. I just can't wait. Like, I love summer, and there's just nothing better, especially like this year. I'm just in a much happier place, obviously, as I always talk about, and I'm just looking forward to like having a fun summer, but also like I'm feeling more confident in my skin, like my body, my hair is like long and dark and healthy, and like I just feel good, and I am dying to put on a cute little summery dress, matching set. Like I have so many cute summer outfits, and some that I bought a year plus ago and have yet to wear because I just haven't really done very much the last 2 summers. And this summer, like I'm ready. There's nothing better. And like laying outside, getting a nice like summer tan and having your skin just look and feel glowy, putting on a little body oil, having some nice glowy light summery makeup, the humidity in the air. Oh my god, it's the best. I just can't wait. I cannot wait. This is my look for the day. I'm gonna stop at Salon Centric because I realized I did like a pretty big restock at the end of last week, but I forgot something. So I need some color for one of my clients coming this Friday. So I'm gonna go there and get that and maybe treat myself. I was gonna say get a coffee, but I'm kind of more in the mood for a matcha. So I think I'm gonna get a little matcha on my way to work too, since I have extra time. And then, yeah, my first client is just coming in for a usual root touch up and maybe a trim too. And then I'm gonna have a big gap in my schedule. So actually, I'm gonna bring my laptop with me so I can get some work done in that time. And then my last client is just getting like a, you know, dark color refresh. So same kind of thing, like covering her roots and then pulling it through the ends, doing a gloss on the ends, something like that. So 2 short, quick, easy appointments. And maybe since I have like my hair done too, I can film some content while I'm there, because I've been really slacking with the short form stuff. Okay, wait, change of plans. I realize I have matcha here and I have the time. I may as well just make it at home. That way I can save some money. This one is really good. I got it at World Market, daily matcha. I have my water currently boiling. Oh, it smells so good. So I take a teaspoon of that, the matcha powder, and then hot water. I stop it just before it starts boiling, so it's like hot but not totally boiling hot. And I just add a little bit to dissolve the powder. I want this to be mostly milk. I don't want it to be too watery, but like the hot water helps it dissolve so it's not like crumbly or powdery. And just blend that up. I'm gonna take some Manuka honey, or you could do agave is really good too, or regular honey, or just, you know, plain old sugar, whatever you want to do. And add that just to the hot mixture and keep stirring it till that melts and fully dissolves too. And then whatever kind of milk you want to use. I like coconut milk. And then ice. So good. I'm gonna also bring a kombucha with me. Now we're gonna go. Salon-centric. Salon. Quick little salon-centric haul. Nothing too exciting. Just got a couple boxes of color, and they had their lighteners 25% off. So I got a big jug of this stuff. Oh my God. It's so good. So good. Like, it lightens the hair so fast, but doesn't damage it and gives the cleanest lift. I've used it a few times on multiple different clients, but I just used it yesterday on one of my clients who has really coarse hair that always takes a long time to lift. And even when she does, like, she gets light, but it's like very warm still. I didn't even have to use a toner on her. Like, my first client yesterday, I ended up doing it anyway, just out of habit. But as I was like going through her hair and applying it, I was like, I honestly could have probably just did purple shampoo, because she lifted so clean. Crazy. So, and it's like so creamy and nice, especially when you use it with the developer that comes with it, which I don't normally do. I normally like to just get my generic cheap big gallons and I just use that for everything, but it does make a difference when you use like the actual developer with it as far as the consistency. That's all I got. Now let's go to the salon.
Because I had left after like short time. Like, that must be so nice to be like,
I have my hood on, and meanwhile it's not even raining anymore right now. Good morning. It is a gloomy Thursday. Today's gonna be another pretty chill day. I'm going to Pilates, and then I have a laser hair removal appointment. Update on that, because it's been a year, I guess over a year now at this point, a little over a year, that I started doing laser hair removal. And you're supposed to wait 5 weeks between appointments, but then you're not supposed to get a treatment if you've had recent sun exposure. So some areas of my body, I've stuck to like the 5-week schedule for the most part. And I've done all of my sessions throughout the year. But then like my legs, I had to skip a lot of last summer because obviously like I was out and about and I got tan. And I'm probably going to have to skip again this summer. They say it takes like around 10 sessions to get your full results, but then you still have to go for like occasional maintenance. And I feel like at this point, my hair's not 100% gone, but I would say it's like 85% at least. And I really only shave to prep before my appointments, because you have to have freshly shaved skin before the appointment. And I feel like certain areas down in like the bikini area are a little more stubborn, and the hair is still growing back just in some spots. And then there's a couple little spots on my underarms, which makes sense because the hair there tends to be like more coarse and stubborn. But my legs are pretty smooth. And I've also been doing my upper lip and chin area, which I didn't really have like a lot of dark hair there to begin with. But I actually have a pretty decent sized tattoo on my lower calf on one of my legs. And since they can't laser over the tattoo because it would mess up the tattoo, they just told me that I could include another small area for free. So I was like, may as well. But I will say at this point, like when I first started, they start the laser on like the lowest setting, I felt nothing. Now they got it cranked up pretty high, and there's still some areas, I think, where I don't have hair anymore or the hair is a lot finer, I don't feel it. But then there's some areas where it is spicy. So I'm at the point now where I honestly dread going to these appointments, but it's fine. And it's literally just like that one split second of the zzz, where it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It is just like a hot burn sensation kind of, but like literally just for a second. It does not linger at all. So yeah, doing that. And then I just have one client at the salon today, so it's gonna be nice and easy in and out. And she is getting a partial foil, and then she got halo extensions. So I'm gonna fit those for her and cut to blend them into her hair. I don't do extensions technically, but she's one of my regulars that has been coming to me for over a year now, and I don't mind doing stuff like that on occasion for certain people on the DL, you know? And then I have a little date after work tonight, so I think when I get to the salon after my laser appointment, because that's the thing too, when you are getting laser, you can't have anything on your skin. No lotion, makeup, perfume, deodorant, anything like that. So I gotta wipe my deodorant off when I get there. But I brought my makeup stuff. So when I get to the salon, I'm gonna do a little something. So that way I'll be feeling cute and ready once I'm done with work. That's my plan for the day. I'll try to get some clips while I'm at my laser appointment, and then I'll see you at the salon.
Hi, thank you for choosing Panera. What's the name started for you?
Hi, could I have the Asian sesame salad with chicken?
Have a good day.
You too. Oh, I'm so glad I got that appointment over with. I was really dreading it, and yeah. Because of where I'm at in my progress, and I've had, you know, like certain amount of sessions and whatnot, and I'm at least 80% hair reduction, they're gonna start kind of like weaning me off. So now instead of going every 5 weeks, I'm gonna go every 10 weeks. And I'm probably not gonna do my legs and underarms until after summer's over, because like I said, you're not supposed to do it if you've had sun exposure, and I'm planning on getting as much sun exposure as possible this summer, okay? But I am starving. I didn't eat anything yet today, and I was really craving this salad specifically from Panera, the Asian sesame with chicken. There's just something so enjoyable about being in your car, going through the drive-thru, and then just pulling up into a spot and eating your food in the comfort and privacy of your own car. It has like the little crispy wonton strips in it. Please pause a moment while I devour this really quick. All right, let's do a little quick makeup situation. That way I don't have to worry about it later. This is the Pixie Radiance Perfector. Rose infused complexion enhancer creates a soft focused glow to give skin an even radiant finish. Use solo or under makeup for added complexion perfection. Pretty nice. I've been using that for like the last week or so. Just like kind of smooths out my skin texture and adds a little bit of a glow. No coverage or anything, but yeah, just a little something. The thing about doing your makeup in the car is you really can see every little freaking pore on your face and every like imperfection. But yeah, I'm just gonna do like something really light and natural. So a little bit of concealer. The Armani Luminous Silk concealer is really nice, and this particular one matches my skin tone pretty well. It's like a little bit yellowy probably, but it's close enough. So I like to just dot that all over to spot conceal. Then the Tarte Shape Tape for under my eyes. Go right there, chin, down my nose, and then center of the forehead. And then blend that up under the eyes. Then I'm going to take some loose setting powder and just set the under eye area. Take a little bit of liquid blush. This is also the Armani Luminous Silk. Blend it up. Bring it onto the eyelids a little bit. Trying to also be quick because my client's appointment is in 12 minutes now and I'm not at the salon yet. I mean, it's right down the street. It should only take me 5 minutes to get there. And I'm just gonna go over that a little bit with this NYX powder blush. I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder. This right now is like a little bit darker. For my skin tone, so I'm gonna just sort of set the perimeter of my face with it, so that way it kind of works like a bronzer too. Then Pixie Brow Duo. Just using the tinted brow gel side of this. And a little bit of mascara. This is the Thrive Tubing Mascara. NYX lip liner in brown. The rain's really starting to come down now. It keeps raining on and off. And just fill in the corners and edges a little bit. Then Rare Beauty tinted lip oil in the shade Hope. I like to wipe most of it off, so that way I'm getting just like a really light layer. There we go. Quick 5-minute makeup. Just a little something. Still really natural and light, but like a little, you know, more put together. I'm gonna head to the salon. I'll show you my client's hair when I get there. But I really wanted to share this because I had a client whose hair she was a new client, and I did her hair a couple weeks ago, and I don't think I shared it. I don't think I was vlogging that week. So I don't think I shared her hair, but she was a new client and she had been getting like just regular blonde highlights, but they were very, very golden. And she wanted to be ashier, and she has some gray, and she just wanted it to be soft and blended and like really low maintenance and all of that. And yeah, so I did a color correction on her, and it came out, I thought it was beautiful and what she wanted, and she seemed happy when she left. But then she sent me a message last night saying that it just feels a little bit too gray and ashy and isn't exactly what she was going for or, hoping for. And she feels like her hair just feels like a little bit dry now. So, and she sent me like this I got nervous at first because it was a long paragraph, and I was like, oh no. Like, if you are a hairstylist too, or you work in a similar industry, you know that feeling where a client reaches out and like you just feel your stomach drop and you're like, oh God, okay, let's see. And it isn't often that happens to me because I've just learned trust me, it used to happen all the time in the very beginning. But with time and with experience, you just get more confident and better in your skills, but also in your consultation skills, your communication skills. And I feel like that's always what created issues for me in the past. It was rarely ever like oh, this looks bad or anything like that. But it was usually like, this isn't exactly what I was wanting or envisioning. And it usually comes down to some kind of miscommunication. And so, with experience, you kind of learn to be better and more thorough, and you know what kind of questions to ask and sort of what things to discuss as far as like expectations and maintenance and all of that. But sometimes, like, I'm human, and sometimes I drop the ball, or especially when you have a new client, you don't know each other yet. Sometimes like your communication skills are just different, or, you just kind of like miss each other somewhere along the line. Like, it happens. No one's perfect. It's impossible to avoid it completely. But yeah, so whenever that happens, I'm like, I get nervous, but I just try to stay calm and professional. And that's my biggest tip, is like, don't take it personally. I know it's hard because it's a very personal thing when you're doing someone's hair. You're working with your hands. You're spending a lot of time on something. It's hard to not take it as like a personal dig, like, oh, this person's saying that my work wasn't good or that I messed up or whatever. But that's not helpful. It's not helpful for you to take it personally and then get defensive. Like, what good is that going to do? Nothing, right? Because at the end of the day, you have a client who paid for a service and they're not happy with the service, and they're coming to you for a solution. And by you getting defensive, all you're going to do is escalate the situation and make it more uncomfortable, more awkward, more combative potentially. And you don't want that, because you don't want it to end in losing this client, them potentially leaving you a bad review, trying to dispute it with their credit card company, just getting nasty, bad mouthing you, anything like that. So the best thing to do is keep it professional and be solution oriented. And that is what I always do. And I just thought like I had to share this because, she sent this really, really long message, and she was clearly panicking and a little bit scared to reach out to me, which I always tell clients, especially brand new clients, I always say, like, especially if it's a color correction or doing something that's totally different, I'm like, this is a journey that we're going to be on. We're starting a relationship. I am trying to get to know you. You're getting to know me and trust me and get comfortable with me. I'm getting to know your hair. And sometimes it takes a couple sessions for us to like really get in a good rhythm and figure out what is going to work for you, what you're going to like, and all of that. And, I also say too, like it's a lot of pressure when you're just sitting in the salon chair and you can't really see your hair super well. And maybe the lighting is a little different from your lighting at home. And I always tell everyone, like, do not hesitate to reach out to me if there's anything that bothers you. You know, I have an adjustment policy. I offer to make any kind of adjustments or tweaks, you know, within reason, of course. But yeah, I could tell that she, you know, whatever, based on what she said in her message, that she was like hesitant to reach out and felt bad and was, you know, uncomfortable and just upset. And so I'm not going to read you her messages, but I'll just like read you what I said. I said, hey, blank, I'm so sorry to hear you're disappointed and wish that you would have reached out ASAP so you didn't have to be stressing all this time. I'm happy to do a treatment on your hair to get it feeling stronger, and we can absolutely do a toner to adjust the tone to make it warmer. Or if you'd just like some recommendations for at-home products, I'm happy to offer that too. And then she sent another long message back and, you know, said, you're super sweet. Thank you so much for being understanding, blah, blah, blah. And like, you could just tell a big shift from that first message then versus her follow-up after my initial response. And that right there is everything that I always talk about. Because had I come back and been defensive or, you know, tried to just be defensive. Oh, well, yeah, you know, that's not what you said. You asked for great blending, and so I did great blending, and blah, 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 blah. And here, just use this at home, and it'll be fine. Or just wait a few days. Just keep washing it, or, you know, like something like that. How is that helpful? It's not. And that's not going to make her feel any better. It's going to make her feel worse. And she already is not feeling great. So, yeah, just being like super understanding, professional, calm, and solution oriented. And, you know, offer whatever you can. Of course, I would say within reason, obviously. Now we're just trying to figure out a good time that works for her schedule. And obviously in a situation like that, I'm gonna find the time for her to come in as soon as possible. If that means I have to stay late, come in early, come in on my day off, I'm gonna do that because it's my business, it's my reputation. I need to make sure that I'm, you know, making the client happy and standing behind my work. I know it can be a little scary, like dealing with that aspect of things. And I was a little nervous about that, like going off on my own, working by myself, having it be my business with my name. Because, you know, when you work in a bigger salon and you have other stylists there to back you up, you have a boss that can step in and handle these situations for you, you know, it's easy to just kind of retreat, go hide in the back and not have to deal with it. But it doesn't have to be this like big, scary, awkward, weird, tense thing. Just stay calm. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. And I think having a system in place ahead of time is huge too. Like having policies that are clearly written out somewhere on your website so that you sort of have these things stated ahead of time, and you also have it thought out of like, okay, what am I going to do in these types of situations? Like what feels fair to me as far as like adjustments or fixes, and also kind of screening clients before you agree to take them on as a client so that you kind of know like, okay, am I dealing with someone that's like seems reasonable and respectful, and, you know, if something does happen where they're unhappy, they aren't gonna like freak out and try to like burn down my salon or something, you know? But I just wanted to share that. Hopefully that's helpful, even if you aren't a hairstylist, but if you work in like a similar kind of industry. I think I might be getting no-showed. I don't want to speak too soon. It's 9 minutes past the appointment time. And you know what is funny? I just had a feeling. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. A car just pulled up. I do have a 15-minute window, like a threshold, where you can be 15 minutes late and you can still continue with the appointment. So, okay, it's 10:10 now. The appointment was at 10. So by 10:15, she's not here. I'm gonna text her and we'll see. But I just had a weird feeling because we booked this appointment back in, I think, January. But I know that like the text message reminders have been going out, and she didn't like reach out to cancel or reschedule or anything. So I don't know, but I just had like a feeling this whole week. I was like, I don't know if she's gonna actually show up for that appointment or not. I have 4 minutes. I'm gonna hang out in the lobby and see if anybody shows up. Okay, yeah, it's 10:19 now. I just texted her a minute ago, and I double checked. She did get all of the appointment reminder texts. So I am just gonna assume at this point that she is not coming. And I'll give it a couple more minutes to see if I get a response. And then if she does respond and happens to say that she forgot and is on her way or whatever the case may be, I really honestly don't feel like sitting around and waiting any longer than I already have. So, and she's past obviously the 15-minute window. So at this point, which I doubt I'm going to get a response, but in case I do, I'm going to tell her that we're going to have to reschedule, and then as per my cancellation policy, there will be a fee in order to reschedule. To be honest, I am bummed and like a little annoyed that I bothered like getting ready and coming here for nothing, and disappointed that, you know, it was a big color correction appointment, so it was going to be a lot of money that I'm now missing out on. And Saturday appointments are in high demand, so I had this whole day just reserved for the one appointment. I could have booked other people, and like, I honestly, if I took 2 people, I could have made the same amount of money pretty much in like relatively the same amount of time. So that is frustrating, and this is why no showing your appointments is a big deal. Like, I know from a client perspective it might not feel like a big deal, but if you have an appointment that is reserved for you, like, what, I can't do anything now, you know? Like, now I've already been sitting here for 22 minutes. Well, I got here earlier than that, so I've been here for over a half hour just sitting here wasting my time. I drove, especially gas is so expensive right now, I drove 30 minutes to get here. So now it's been a whole hour of my time plus gas money just wasted for nothing. And now I'm making no money for the day. And like, I could try to reach out to people and see like, oh, does anybody want to come in for a last minute appointment? But it would be at least another hour until I texted someone, they would be able to like get themselves ready and get over here. And then for what, you know, like, I still wouldn't be able to make as much as I would have. And again, it's just a lot of time wasted. So I totally understand that like things happen, there's emergency situations, and I'm hoping that, oh, okay. She did respond, she forgot. Okay, so she's not coming. Yeah, I'm glad that she's okay though, because I do always get worried whenever someone is like late or doesn't show up. I'm like, I hope that there was no like emergency and that they're okay. So that's a relief at least. But it's funny because I feel like these kinds of things, like clients reaching out and, you know, wanting an adjustment or being unhappy about something and no shows, those things happen so infrequently these days, and it's just funny how both ended up happening within the same week. So, but you know, it's kind of nice because at least I get to share it in the vlog and give you guys a little more behind the scenes insight on what it's like to own your own business. I actually have been really wanting to go to Sephora. I've been dying to get the Huda Beauty loose setting powder because I've been hearing forever and ever how amazing it is. And I also need some more one size setting spray because I'm almost out. So while we're out, may as well not make this be a total waste. So let's go to Sephora, see what kind of goodies we can get, and then go home and just relax. I will say, like, it's no showing is not cool, but I'm kind of relieved because I was tired and I was not necessarily looking forward to doing a big color correction right now. So let's get out of here. Okay, let's do a little haul. We don't have a standalone Sephora in my town, which is so crazy to me. Hopefully one day we'll get one, but we have a Sephora in Kohl's. So I immediately saw this because the Sephora is right next to the junior section, and I saw these cute little baby tees. And I was like, oh my god, this is so adorable with the fruit, and I just love the color of it. And I love a little baby tee or little baby tank with like loose baggy jeans or baggy jean shorts. Super cute for like spring and summer. So yeah, I got the One Size Until Dawn setting spray, and then this was the Huda Beauty loose powder that I wanted to get. I ended up getting Cherry Blossom Cake. I think this is like the most popular shade of it. It's like literally a pink powder, but I've seen people use it and it really looks so beautiful, and it's very brightening. And I swatched the sample on the back of my hand, and yeah, it just looked really nice and brightening. So I'm very excited to try that. And also, like, I've heard it's just a really good setting powder too. And then this, so those were the two things that I went in for. And then this was kind of like a random thing, and I guess they just came out with this a couple weeks ago. The sales associate was telling me, because I haven't heard anything about it before, but I tried the Ilia tinted sunscreen serum and really liked it. So I imagine I will like this too. I don't know, but she said that she's been hearing good things about it. So and I swatched it on the back of my hand, and it feels amazing. So this is the Ilia Sun Serum Mineral Sunscreen with SPF 50. Balancing 24-hour hydration, shine control. And the packaging is super cute. So it's just like a squeezy tube bottle. The only thing about this is it only comes in 2 shades. Light medium, which I swatched on the back of my hand and it was super, super light, or medium deep. So that's what I got. I feel like this is, for right now, is going to be a little bit too dark, but like I put it on the back of my hand, you can't even see it. Like, it's not supposed to create a lot of coverage. You just put a little bit and then blend it out, and it just like disappears into your skin. So I would swatch it right now and show you, but I don't want to waste it. But yeah, it is like skincare that also just like makes your skin look nice and a little more evened out, and helps with oil control. So I don't know, I just figured why not try it and see, and you know, hopefully I'll like it. But it's supposed to be back in the 80s and sunny by the end of next week. So I'm hoping from there on out we will be officially in summer mode. I feel like every vlog I've been saying that, like, oh, summer's should be here. At this point, down here where I live, we should already be in summer. I should already be tanner than I am. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I know once I get pretty dark in the summer, so that should work well for my skin tone. The next time I go out, I'll apply a little bit and see if it's, you know, too dark for me right now. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to wait a couple of weeks to start using it. But it's crazy how you walk out with this tiny little bag, but you still end up spending so much money. I'm gonna go home now. Actually, the sun is peeking out a little bit, which is exciting. So I'll see how it is back home. Maybe I'll take Benny for a little walk or something. And I have a lot of laundry to do. Need to like vacuum and mop the floors and things like that. So I'm gonna take advantage of having a full regular weekend and try to be productive. But I'm gonna end this vlog here. Thanks for spending the week with me. Maybe I'll start a new one this weekend, and I'll get some more like house stuff, life outside of the salon. So stay tuned for the next one. I will see you guys next Monday. I hope you have an amazing week. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.